How are we doing, Starseeds? Hope you're all doing well, making it through these tough transitions out of the old paradigm and into the brand new 5D timelines of paradise awaiting us. That being the New Earth, Golden Era, Age of Aquarius paradise. I wanted to provide a tarot reading for you all in regards to how the Fall Equinox, due to occur on the 22nd of September, will be affecting the Starseed Collective, especially those who've been on the forefront of their mission to bring fairness, balance, and equality to Mother Earth, which is literally what the equinoxes are all about. They also work wonders to balance out the energies within our personal lives, which is extremely important as it's precious in ours, as well as to remove any spells of karma that can be broken at that time to attain a greater sense of freedom and be placed in higher timelines and realities available for us at that time. So, now with all of that briefly said and understood, I think it's a good time to get into the reading. The King of Swords at first glance is coming with the energies of a Middle Earth warrior, becoming a Middle Earth warrior throughout our hero's journey mixed with an Ascension process, as well as those of us who achieve this being commemorated for actually becoming a Starseed warrior in real life and real time by Spirit, God, and the universe, which is being conveyed by the crow looking down onto him, as well as the bat creature flying around him with great joy and honor. It also feels as if it's happy and grateful that it's now finally over. The energies of the king being knighted and congratulated by the crow, representing God and our spiritual team of angelic support, is coming through next, with the swordess at the top of turning into the famous, historic Excalibur sword that only true warriors and descendants of King Arthur may call upon, pull from the ground, use within war, or be bestowed with, marking just how important this entire mission was, how important members of our tribe who resonate with this is, how archaic we all are at our core, how God sees us and our potentials in this way, although He would much rather not see us have to turn into warriors to clean up the devil's mess and set all enslaved to Him and His system free. Because of this, just as prophesied, we must receive rewards for this, with an unlimited overflow of compensation, good luck, and the restoration of inner importance on a true starseed level coming to us, creating a brand new movie-like story for us to fall deeply into so that we may fall in love with life all over again, rather than feeling like we need to do this with another person like we've been brainwashed to believe since the Dystopian Society project heavily began back in 2012. The energies of humor began to come through next after potentially not being able to genuinely laugh like a starseed child for the longest time, making me feel like a literal starseed angelic baby once again, whom's loved, adored, admired, and appreciated so very much by God in the old earth, where it was originally born before shifting into the new earth awaiting it. So this is a major transitional period that we're now in, beloved Starseed Tribe, with the energies of cutoffs coming through along with it, due to the huge crossover to the other side, the 5D timelines of bliss that is, that will be taking that other is karmically tied to us and attempting to hold us back for so long, will very much not be taking along with us. For this was their dumb decision not paying attention to any signs of the end times, as well as not taking the Lord and His teachings seriously for the longest time that led them here, just as the Bible actually states plain and simply. How you fell so miserably and actually landed here in this position is so beyond me that you had to have been actively trying to land in this position to begin with. Anyway, from now on, just as it feels the man is experiencing, the sun will shine over our heads just as it's meant to for real light beings, as well as the blue sky, representing innocence, fun, the blue God aspect of the Almighty God, along with the entire Blu-ray containing all of this, gladly floating above us and encompassing us with all its love, like it loves to do so much. Victory is ours, tribe. The major arcana of the Strength card is coming with a message of new life in the old life we're now leaving behind. And it feels as if this is being conveyed by the little lamb next to the part woman and part lioness being, whom feels like it's blessing those who can to finally move forward in life, as well as being slaughtered ritualistically in order to sacrifice the past, those tethered to it, and those responsible for conjuring hell upon earth by choosing to worship the worst antichrist, anti-life, psycho distortion code, and lead humanity to freedom, air quotes freedom, in reverse, initiating the long-awaited apocalypse for all worshippers of Babylon and ancient Egypt to celebrate once it finally initiates, I presume, for I'm quite certain they're not even sure about what they've taken on, just like in the movies. This is where it gets hilarious for both sides involved, just in different ways. Maybe this will allow them to see that there should never have been any size in the first place, for all a true starseed wants, hell, all a normal human being wants, is to simply play nicely, purely, and fairly at their core. I've said it once and I'll say it yet again, we are not on your level of psycho, although we can get there and bark back even harder if you make us. The fully intact red heart that's laced around her neck is coming with the message of us being safe and secured within this fully healed and restored universal heart, and also representing God and the Great All's heart. The energies of true womanhood, learning about and integrating new earth womanhood, and feeling you now have full permission to be the best woman you can be, is also being conveyed for all you divine feminine out there who needs to hear this. I'm sure you will find that once you begin coming back into this innate knowing, you will realize that this was always who you've been and that you've always had permission to be this way. On the other hand, I'm feeling that this is a message pertaining to the primordial timeline beast code that we've successfully removed out of the matrix grid, infecting everything like a literal on the loose maniacal psychopath virus with nothing to lose, for the longest time, deliberately trying to get the divine feminine Christ to revert back into a brainless, angry, bitter, sexually frustrated cave woman, and the divine masculine Christ, the male abusive version of this same very thing, although the woman will oftentimes also take on abuse and use it as a weapon as well. And this is all due to the incredibly jealous, OCD infested old hags, old hag witches, witches in general, Jezebels, and pharaohs spread all throughout our world's population, actually benefiting from this sick agenda and wanting to take God's purest species with them for the most backwards, blasphemous purposes. As they're aloof and asleep while they do this, which is so incredibly blasphemous, inconsiderate, and even dangerous, to be so neglectful of others, yourself, and downright irresponsible and unaware of self, to allow Satan to use you like a tool in such a way. However, this spell, an old song you could call it, is now broken after playing and hosting the 5-year-long Witch Age and Dark Age arena mixed with the Hunger Games arena, thankfully, setting everything back to its proper balance in due time, once ready to manifest in the physical. Because of my very Harry Potter-like spiritual training process, at least it randomly gets this way at times, and because I've officially become the head witch and wizard of the Witch Age, I discovered that most Starseed human hybrids and Starseed fairy human hybrids here at this pivotal time in our specific planet's history have someone blocking their inheritance like a troll sitting on the rainbow bridge to paradise. I myself have one of the worst old hack traitors currently overtaking the entire family in her head and practically leading the entire witch age in reverse. Her ego and filth is so bad, outdated, and primordial to this a shame. So in order to expose everyone who has one of these hags, pharaoh warlocks, or Jezebel witches within their family deliberately placed there by Satan, or God will find out, as a placeholder to block their inheritance until we say move, I'm going to say expose right now to expose them for you. Ooh, embarrassing, right? Like filthy pests creeping around in your home, funneling with crap they're not supposed to be funneling with, correct? Which is why they're now being removed. 1, 2, 3, removed excruciatingly and embarrassingly. And so it is, and you may now receive whatever inheritance they were repeatedly blocking from you first in quantum time before it manifests into the physical. And lastly, with another major arcana, the Chariot, I feel sectors of our Starseed tribe, who have been through the most and have been the most active towards setting themselves free and waking up the world, are being given full permission to go forth into the new, which is being conveyed by the magical golden orbs of light, which I'm going to intend that you can feel, as well as the musical adrenaline rushing through and dancing all around the hip, young, energetic man atop the Chariot, beckoning him forth. I can literally feel this bump but a bump bump beating within his chest, as well as the wind blowing around him to bless his entire trip ahead, provided to him by the very much awake, archaic Earth gods, protecting this planet since its initial creation millennia ago. I can also feel the newly arisen fairy kingdom behind him, impressed up against the backside of his heart, for those with personal connections to this lineage and race, as well as the newly arisen Crystal Kingdom, and God's Holy Kingdom in general, backing him up and blessing us all to go forth, which is wiping all memories of the enemy, the past, the spiritual war that them and their beasts put us through for no reason, completely away in quantum time, the further he rides away from the past and the Chariot. Boy Wonder energy and Golden Child energy that you may have forgotten about for the longest time is also felt within the card, surrounding and enveloping the hit Black Youth, which I'm going to intend works its magic to take us home that much further and sooner rather than later. The white and black choruses are informing us of the newfound mastery of light and dark and good versus evil those at the forefront have come into in one way or another, for they know this to be innately true also, as well as a marker of the cut of enlightenment they've earned from all of the heists they've been on via cyberspace, fighting the good fight while others did not. The saying, some are called but only a few are chosen, I feel, is applicable here in this situation now more than ever. It also feels as if the horses are breaking off into two different directions, just like the movie Furious 7 if you've ever seen it, or Set It Off if you've seen or heard of this iconic, yet slightly underrated black film, symbolizing that we have now played our part to shut down old Earth's polluted history, the world is our oyster, and you may go. Mission complete, job well done. The energies of fulfillment begin overcoming me as the horses parted ways, as well as the sensations of them rising and ascending all the way up to the heavens, symbolizing our soon receiving the end of our cut in the physical, once the old timelines finish collapsing once and for all imminently, Spirit is saying. For now, be proud of all you've achieved, reflect on anything you need to reflect on to attain even more closure and fulfillment from the major departure and collapse taking place, and be expectant of your servicehood instincts to kick in once Judgment Day and Revelations period begins shortly, New Earth adventurers. Thank you so much for your help and participation, canceling out the devil and his ground crew minions from our newly reclaimed Matrix system over the months. Look for me on the official day of the Judgment Day event, for there will surely be a clarion call sent out, guiding everyone on what steps to take and informing them of what's going on. Try not to stress about this if you signed up with my Judgment Day fairy team, and have a great fall equinox, Starseeds. Stay blessed and bye for now.